All right, we're back again, so we'll do another question here. All right, Mark, I keep hearing about people talk about the authentic self, higher self. What is this being, and how does it work, and is it real? Is it God, or what is this higher self? How do I connect and communicate? Okay, so that's a great question. So I don't know if you know or knew or know that there is a part of you that is very higher than what you are right now. It is known as your authentic self. So they don't teach this, and the reason I know they don't, I suspect they wouldn't want to teach this because of how powerful it is, and you can really like change your life when you know this secret. And everybody is connected to this being. So okay, let me talk about the higher self. So the higher self is just what it sounds like. It's a higher version of you. Right now, you're in a 3D world. The higher self is dimensionless. It can space or time does not affect the higher self. So your higher self, in layman's terms, it is consciousness or pure awareness and intelligence. It's a field of knowledge and understanding, and it morphs and it plays you as a physical being. But while you're physically being, you're still tethered to it as this supernatural, infinite part of you. So each conscious person that branches off and becomes a human being, they're tethered to their higher self or part of that unified consciousness, which now can funnel information from the field of Akashic records, all knowledge information. It funnels information from that field, right? And that field gets filtered to your subconscious, and your subconscious then gathers it out to all parts of your mind, your conscious mind and your experience. That's called your higher self. So everybody have that. It's with you right now. Now, how do you connect and communicate with the higher self? Just like talking to yourself out loud. You can talk and ask questions. The question format is one of the best ways to get answers from your authentic self. You ask questions like, how can I do this better? What's the best way to do this? Can you create this for me? Why is it easy? Da da da. And just then you can say, hey, I'm thinking about this stuff I like to do. Can you enlighten me more on how to fix it, how to get it? Hey, what's the best way to make more money? Da da da. Can you da 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 da? Okay. So people don't know this stuff, and so this is why I have to share this stuff with you. When I won the lottery, when I got my first win, the Fantasy 5, and I bought my car, and then I kept winning again. You know what? It was very instrumental to my higher self. I was connected to my higher self. A lot of those things and those wins and those being at the right place at the right time, buying that right scratch ticket, whatever it is, it came from that realm. So it wasn't just me just doing it. It was the force outside of me that was sending the information to me, and like in dreams and intuition. So that's called your authentic self or your higher self, and we all have that being to us. We're connected to that being. So everyone, if you're watching this video or you're seeing this video, it's by no accident. It means that you are literally, you're chosen to see this, and you're ready to connect with this. And anybody can connect with this right now. It's very simple. The reason why you're not aware of this is because of the education system of how it's designed, and number two, you're not taught how you operate or what you're truly made of or what you are. So I'm going to show you that right now. And the higher self is the part of you that can see all the information that you need in your life to fix whatever you want. And the reason is in physics. We can use a physics. So how the reality stuff work and everything is that everything is all happening at one point. Everything is simultaneous, all jumbled up. So all your life, everything you want is all right here, right now. And your higher self can see through that separation, and it can show you different points in your life and show you different points where you can get stuff, and it can send it to your subconscious mind. Okay. So once you can do that, that's when it'll flow stuff to you, and then what happens, your regular mind perceives it, and then you start to take action to do it. So you want to be able to really call upon your higher self, and the best way you have to practice talking to yourself a lot out loud. Okay, more in the privacy of your home at night before you go to bed. Get used to talking. That's how you're going to communicate with that part of you. Okay, the language is very important. Number two, you have to understand that you are always connected, and it's always guiding you and giving you signs. Okay, it will give you signs, and you'll see these synchronicities and these numbers and stuff. Those are all coming from your authentic self. The universe, part of the field, is mimicking what your higher self is sending you, because these numbers are the best way they can get your attention in the 3D world. Okay, you can see all the 111, the 222, and we know they all have meanings and stuff like that, right? So once you can tap into that and you see that, then it actually opens up a whole new world for you. Next thing about the higher self. The higher self does not have any type of, what I mean, emotions like how we're connected. Your higher self doesn't have the ego. It's a really the highest form of intelligence. It's practically just what you would say love, or just knowledge of it. It's the being that nothing is impossible. So you can't be doubted. It doesn't have fear. It doesn't have all the human constructs we have, because it is the pure essence of what we are. That's the authentic self. It's not tied to struggle, lack, or anything like that. It's abundance in its purest form. So now, as far as the ego now, your ego is an intelligent form. So what the ego does, the ego can logicalize. It's structured. It can think, therefore it can reason. That's why we call it the intellect mind, the intelligent mind. And the ego serves its purpose because when it's here on this 3D earth, it kind of helps you to keep you safe. That's important. So that's the ego. Okay, that's why we call it intelligence. I can say something to you. You can stop. You can say to yourself, oh, is that true? You can decide it is true. You can decide it's not. Then you can even go further. You can start to think deeper on what I say to you. That's your ego. Okay, but the ego has one big fault. It's only stuck, and its limits can only be performed in 3D space. Your higher self is above 3D space. There's more out there, infinite more. So that's the only issue with your ego. See how it works? So you can go right now, while I'm talking, you make this video I'm talking, you can go to your higher self right now and just say, hey, I'd like to give me a sign that you're real. And he'll give you a sign. You can go to your higher self and say, you know what? If you're real, play my favorite song sometime. Let my favorite song come on, or whatever it is. Ask anything in your life that you know that you'll figure, and you'll get it. It'll come, and then you'll be like, oh man, this stuff is really real. Dang, I didn't know this stuff is real. It's real, and it's a part of who you are. So you got to start to tap into that. When you tap into that, that's when you're going to be opened up to more information, more. The ones that are like really successful and people that do this stuff, they are connected to their higher self. They know this. Okay? They know this stuff. And also, like when you say the ones that are in control, they also know this stuff. But they don't want to kind of share it with you guys because it'll give you more power. And it'll take power away from like the system, how it's set up. See? So that's just something for you to digest and think about. So yeah, that's it. We'll see you again.